Good morning. I'm going to make some monkey bread for breakfast this morning. And I'm going to try out one of my new toys, Boxiki bundt pan. This is kind of a giant size bundt pan. It's called Deluxe. And the recipe that I'm going to make is going to include some cinnamon rolls from Pillsbury, refrigerated in your store, a stick of butter, some brown sugar, about a cup of that, and some cinnamon. So to get started, I'm going to wash this out since it's the first time I'm trying it, and we're going to melt the stick of butter in the microwave, and I'll be right back after that. Alright, I'm using the Boxiki pan, and if you've been watching some of our videos in this kitchen, we kind of like this cookware because it's flexible, food does not stick, and it's very strong. When you put it in the oven, you don't need extra cookie sheets or anything like that. It's really wonderful cookware, so that's why I'm using this bundt pan. Now I'm going to shake a little brown sugar and cinnamon together here. And as you can see, I melted the butter. So what we're going to do is take the refrigerator biscuits, and these can be any brand. Sometimes I use Pillsbury, this time I have Bakehouse. And I'm using cinnamon rolls because they actually already have a lot of the flavor in there that we need. The other reason I'm using cinnamon rolls is they have the icing right in, and we're going to use the icing as a topping at the end. Some people use this recipe without cinnamon rolls. They just use like biscuits, but I find this kind much nicer. So I just unroll each of the rolls, and I'm going to use the scissors to cut chunks, and then we're going to take a tiny bit of the butter to put it in the bundt pan first, and just swish it around, and this will add a butter topping to it when we turn it out. Now we're going to take these little bits of dough, these are going to be the pieces of the monkey bread, and we're going to dip them in butter, then in brown sugar, and drop them in the bundt pan. It's so easy. You can make balls out of it, or you can leave them as strips, but 2 tiny pieces. And the reason we're dipping them in butter is so when you're all done, they will pull apart so easily. And that's what you're looking for, the end result here. Right. I'm going to show you a little bit of what it's going to look like, and I'm going to keep going here. I'll be back when I get a little further along. Hot and fresh. Okay, I want to show you what this looks like. I'm using 3 cans of refrigerated biscuits, but this is 1 can already in. And you can see it's going to puff up too, but since this is a deluxe pan, it's actually like 9 by 12, I believe. I'm going to use 3 cans so that it gets nice and full. And I'm going to continue on here, cutting the dough, and I'll show you when it's completely full. Alright, I'm finishing up with the rest of the biscuit mix here. Dipping in the butter, in the brown sugar, and in the bowl. Look how full this is getting. Nice, these are going to be great. Nice that we have a deluxe pan. Right, then I'm going to take the rest of the butter and mix it in with the rest of the brown sugar. And I'm just going to crumble that around a little bit, make some brown sugar crumbs out of it. And we're going to add this all the way around. And this will melt as it bakes. It'll melt down in between all these individual strips that we cut up. Okay, I have the oven preheating 350 degrees, which is the directions on the cinnamon roll container. I'm going to put this in for 20 minutes, then we'll check on it and make sure it's the right doneness to take it out. We want it to be nice and golden brown on the top. This is going to be really good. Let's try baking it now. Okay, here it comes out of the oven. It's still extremely hot, but take a look at how that rose, the dough rose into a, almost fill this pan. So it's a good thing we have the deluxe version. And it's still gooey in there yet, but the dough is cooked, and we're just going to let it sit here and cool a little bit, a few minutes, and then I'll turn it over onto the platter. Okay, we waited a few minutes. It's still very hot. I just want to make sure everything's freed up all the way around the edges and it looks good. And then I'm going to take this nice large platter, invert it on top, and do the quick flip. That's what these handles are great for on here. And I'm just going to shake it down a little bit. I'm just going to let it cool a little bit more on this side. So you can see it's coming out, but I want all the brown sugar juices to drip down over the top before I lift it completely off. Okay, well, let it sit a couple more minutes. All right, let's lift it off. Ooh, look how nice. Look how nice that is. Now the pieces are a little bit loose. They'll firm up as they sit and cool. But look at this pan. It came right out. You couldn't ask for anything more. All the brown sugar, all the dough cooked nicely, and the pan is easy to clean. Okay, what we're going to do is take some of these icing packets that came with the refrigerated biscuits. And these were intended to drizzle on top of the cinnamon rolls. And that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to make a little drizzle, and this will melt along with the brown sugar liquid that's still on here. And as it firms up, we'll have a nice vanilla icing coating on top too. This was a real convenience to use the cinnamon rolls because I didn't have to mix up any icing or open a can of icing or anything else. It just, everything is like it's in a kit. And I think the Boxiki pan was really an important part of this nice recipe. And the Boxiki pan is BPA free and FDA approved. And it's a silicone food grade container. And as you can see, it did a great job. Here it is. This is the monkey bread recipe made with the Boxiki bundt pan and cinnamon roll pieces from the refrigerated section. If you like this recipe, subscribe to my videos, and if you like the pan, I'll put the link below so you can get one too. Thanks so much for watching.